Hello, everybody. How's it going? That's good. Unless it's going bad, then that's no bueno. So, from the I'm going to cast this from my own perspective. So, in the top left corner we have Havoc. In the bottom right corner we have GOAT-CHEEZE, which is me. So I'm just gonna watch my own camera view and see where this goes. I'm gonna speed it up just for the sake of time and get the production tab going. Why is it not following his camera? Oh, there we go. Do I have to hold C? So it should be following my camera now. No, why? I guess I'll just... I don't understand. It should be following... there we go. So, yeah. Alright, there we go. I made it all work. And, so I'm gonna go for an interesting build. I didn't quite get the scout off. I'm gonna put some nicely placed pylons just for the sake of trying to scout if he's gonna drop with medevacs. And I did see that he scouted my base. He did make it out before I could get a stalker out. He doesn't actually have anything on the I'm gonna turn the production tab off just for the sake of surprises. And in the left-hand corner, you can see that I've got the bottom left corner in the mini-map. You can see that I've got my two pylons, top middle-ish and left middle-ish. That's because usually when people bring their when they go to scout, they will they'll send their dropships around the map, like the edges, and so that's what I was trying to spot. They didn't do their job this game because I didn't see the drops, and when they actually did happen, it was a little bit later on. Anyways, as you can probably guesstimate, this is going to be a 2-base DT play because of, Cyber or Twilight Council, not Cyber Council. That would not make too much sense. So yeah, just here getting ready to cast some Starcraft. Actually, I think I'm gonna cast a couple games. I was warping in some zealots to see if I could go scout what he was doing. Yeah, I'm not sure what I was doing with the mothership core. I think I was just getting ready in case he decided to like all in or something. Because I'm gonna mention again that 8-minute Marine Marauder all in that I've seen a lot of Terrans do. I'm not the best at camera, like where I wanted everything. And at this point, I noticed that I was completely like outmatched in terms of like what I had, and so you're gonna think that, well, this is kind of weird, me having 2 robos. Yeah, that guy got cleaned up really fast. But that was actually for something that I just kind of came up with on the spot, and I just decided I'm gonna do a double immortal drop at about the 12.5-minute mark, and it's actually probably a little bit later than that. So yeah, that's let's see what the units tab shows. I have 2 immortals, a sentry, a mothership core, a DT, and 3 zealots. That, I mean, in a straight-on fight, I think that's enough to kill a 19 Marines, 8 Marauders, a siege tank, and 2 Hellions, and a Widow Mine. But there's always the factor of if there's detection or not, and this guy was pretty good at scanning and stuff, a lot better than a lot of Terrans that I've played against. I think that is what makes a big difference between Silver and Gold League, is like always having detection and, you know, stuff like that. And I feel like when people make the mistake of not having that type of stuff, it's a pretty low league mistake. And he has some nicely placed supply depots, and I wanted to get rid of those, so I'll just slow it back down for the sake of this game. And warp prisms, the dropship for Protoss, they can warp in. They can open up so you can warp in stuff. Kind of a mistake. I should have had that other stalker attacking. And I was just working on getting on this, third base going, and getting more warp gates. Right now, I was like, I wonder where the heck he is. But he was actually getting, like, he was really close to my base, and he was getting ready to attack me, and that's why he had nothing to defend this at the current point. I was like, oh crap, I want to save those immortals, but I wasn't going to be able to, so I just decided I'm going to try to save 4 stalkers, and the other one was going to be to try to protect, and I was having issues getting the 2 warp prisms in the same thing, in the same little group. And at this point, I'm hovering quite a bit of resources, which is bad, and but I will spend it, and it does end up well. So this was my first game officially in the in Gold League, and I don't think that this was my best game ever, but I did well. I did alright. And yeah, so now I can start. I was having issues with the forge working. I did get some void rays. I don't think that I produced any Colossus, which is really poor choice by me, because I got the Colossus tech. I should have, you know, used it. Let's see. Is the workers active? I don't know what the hotkey is for. What the heck did I just do? Player can't. Oh, I turned it to everyone here.
We cannot hold.
There we go. And here's this nice little attack that he does. I didn't do as well, like with feedbacks, and I didn't quite have Storm done. So, but it did alright. It did alright, and he tried to stem an attack, but he got a Void Ray, which is a nice pickoff, but that does not make this attack worth it. Let's see what the units lost tab shows, and currently he's lost quite a bit more. I feel like my attack went well, and his attack was alright. I think I'll just switch back to the production tab. I got my 1-1 on the way. I'm not sure if he's got 1-1 done, but he may or may not. This was alright. Getting my Nexus going, and some more pylons. Quite a few pylons right there, actually. And I made a huge mistake with those. Oh, did I get some Colossus? Those would probably be some Colossus. Yeah, but one thing I did a huge mistake with on my 4th base, I dropped a bunch of gateways, but I never ended up turning them into warp gates, which is, it kind of shot myself in the foot for later on in the game, but, you know, Gold League mistake. Makes sense. And I was noticing this is getting all mined out, so I kind of needed that 4th base to be going soon. And I do need some more pylons, and I still have those 2 proxy pylons, which should not be. He should have way more bases than he does. Because I haven't put on any pressure at all, so he should be expanding, like, you know, like as fast as rabbits breed. I mean, that's a bad analogy, but I mean, it makes sense. And he just scanned my 4th base. So I really want to start using positional hotkeys. You'll see I'm moving the camera around a lot, and that I'm using the mouse for that, and that is not that great. And these zealots do virtually nothing. There was a widow mine there, and all of that just destroyed my zealots. So I was like, well, crap. I could push. Gotta get those going. working. So yeah, and here I drop down a bunch of gateways, which is good. When you're sitting on a bunch of money and you're in a lower league, it's instead of just queuing up units, like say if you're Terran and you just queue up a bunch of Marines or Marauders, then it's really bad because instead of just queuing those up, just get more production facilities like barracks, factories, starports. That makes a huge difference. So I did actually get some Colossus, so that I don't know if just 2 Colossus makes it worth it, and just 4, Void Rays. So I kind of had a huge, like a ton of tech paths that I could go with, and I just kind of used a little bit of all of them. And I don't know if that's a good choice or a bad choice or whatnot, but it seemed to work for me, and I just kind of walked on up there, and I stormed his stuff. And he didn't really have, like, I feel like he did a little bit bad because he had not nearly as much supply as he should have. And here I just warped in a ton of Dark Templar, and that was just kind of the icing on the cake. And he did just kind of take his a bunch of his units, put them in the thing, in some medevacs, and I was like, what am I supposed to do? Because I knew I needed to warp something in, and I also needed to focus on the attack going on. My multitasking was really bad, but unless these couple of Marines and Marauders can kill off my entire base before I can kill off his, then I should be alright. And well, there goes his natural. I don't think he had a 3rd base, and that's GG, I think. There's literally no production going on for anyone. Kind of a manor storm there, and I shouldn't have walked all of my units up in there. It was pretty bad to do that, especially with those missile turrets attacking my Colossus and my Void Rays. And I just warped in a ton of Zealots. I think Stalkers might have been a better choice, but I don't think it made too much of a difference. Unless I already had Zealot. Yeah, I did have Zealot legs, so it worked quite well. And I was like, well, what do I do from here? I guess I could just attack his stuff. And this got cleaned up quite well. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that's GG. Yep, he GG'd. Well, that ends that. I could have done a lot of stuff better, but it is what it is. See y'all next time.